what's up? This is Odolena from Odolena Digital, and today I want to review the book Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. So this book is actually a follow-up by another book which was written about 10 years ago called Crush It. I have both of them. And these books are basically the philosophy of Gary Vaynerchuk. So if you're not familiar who he is, I definitely recommend you to have a look at his talks and videos. He has a lot of stuff online. So first of all, he comes from immigrant family in the United States. They were Russians. They started all from scratch. His family had a small liquor store, and he started building this liquor store into a multi-million-dollar business with actually his YouTube videos on wines. So he created thousands of videos about wine and started selling all over the world. He's really successful. And then he founded also the Vayner Media agency, which is helping also with building online brands, consulting. They have also an office in London here, so he comes quite often in the city. And he goes to a lot of talks, so you can hear most of the content actually in both of the books is available on his online content channels like YouTube, Instagram. He's everywhere, and he admits it. Actually, all the content is there, but you can get it much more summarized in the book, so you don't have to search for this video that you watched to remind yourself. And actually what's interesting is that the follow-up book talks a lot about examples of people who were really successful after they followed his advice from Crush It. And many of them, what they were saying, that they were rereading the book every single year. And I think that's a very good advice. I reread the book after I read Crushing It. And I realized there were so many things that I've forgotten. It's a really tiny book, but actually it's really full with information. With this book, this is really a great example because it's much more updated. So some of the tools and tricks that he's giving you in Crush It are no longer available, or it's technology, so it has changed a lot. In Crushing It, he gives you really up-to-date advice on how to prospect people on social media, like how to send the messages on Instagram in order to get businesses, how to build your own brand. Basically, his whole philosophy is that you must build your own brand, because in this way you can be happier, just because you can monetize on your passion. And today's world of technology allows people to actually live their passion and really just create a lot of content, blog, vlog, use social media, and be paid same amount of money that they are paid doing a 9-to-5 job, but just they are doing what they love. And in that sense, it's a very interesting book. His philosophy is also about really hard working. So he was very famous for saying that you shouldn't sleep until midnight. You have to work after you come back from work. You just start working on your side hustle until you build it into your full-time job or full-time thing that you're doing. So what it means is that in big sense, like what he says is that if you want to be an entrepreneur, that doesn't mean that you will be working less. You will be working even more, but you will be working on something you love. So eventually what you are doing is actually better than having just entertainment, which is keeping you away from your real purpose, while you are doing 9-to-5 job and the rest of the time you spend like playing video games and watching Netflix. So in that sense, it's a very encouraging, very interesting book, and I totally agree with him. I think even if you don't leave your job, you still have to benefit a lot from personal branding. I've been posting videos for about 6 months now on LinkedIn and on YouTube, and I've been blogging for 2 years on my blog odolena.com, and there has been a lot of benefit for me when it comes to just professionally, just a lot of opportunities that came in my way from all this. So I would definitely recommend it for everybody. So After his first part of the book, which is just about this philosophy, he goes really deep into each of the social media channels that he believes you have to be really paying attention on right now. So he starts with TikTok, or Musical.ly, which is kind of like a teen tween audience channel where you play this memes and you use like the soundtrack of famous songs to do stupid stuff, more or less. And he talks about these kind of playful platforms like Snapchat and TikTok, which are very neglected right now just because they believe that they're gonna be dead soon, that they are too just for young people. But he believes that there is opportunity there just because so many people are getting away right now, but they still have really, really large audiences of subscribers. So you still can benefit from creating content there and engaging with younger audience, which is going to grow up very, very quickly. So in the next 5 years, this could be your followers on other channels. Then you have some strategies on Facebook and Instagram. So he's a very big believer in Facebook Live, which is something I would like to try as well. So if you don't know, I have a Facebook page, so like it. There is a link below this video, and we want to do a Facebook Live with you guys talking about online marketing. Then we have Instagram, specifically business development with Instagram, how to approach decision makers, how to approach companies, how to research companies with hashtags. Super interesting as well, very practical advice. And then he goes into something very interesting, which is podcasting and voice first media. So podcasting is quite well known, but still a lot of people are not doing it just because they believe that it's, I don't know, it's just for some famous radio show hosts to do it. But it's not the case. That what he's saying, that you have to be really consistent, and if you actually are the resource, the person that people go to when it comes to a field of expertise, which is your field, you can really benefit from this financially. You can really monetize on your podcast eventually. But it takes a lot of time to develop and a lot of effort to really grow it. But it will be growing. It's something that will be growing immensely in the future. So then the last one is about assistants. So Alexa and Google Assistant Voice. So these are two platforms which are right now very new, very emerging, but are going to be taking over the world soon. And they are, in some sense. If you haven't watched, I recorded a video about this on LinkedIn. You can check the link below. About the new trends in online marketing. So this is definitely something that's happening. These platforms require people to actually record something that people say is Amazon skills. So Amazon skills are kind of like an app which is a recorded voice of your answer. Let's say whatever people are asking for, you can record answers to these questions. For example, if you're an accountant, you can record answers to all the major questions people have about accounting, and suddenly you become the voice of accounting. You become really the person who has been the most reliable source. So this is something new, and he says do not delay this because this is really happening right now. So start recording and start putting these skills available for users. And yeah, this is really actually about the book. I really enjoyed reading it, and I definitely recommend people to read it and reread it because there is a lot of information, and as I said, a lot of the things you will forget immediately and you will not follow up. So just do it and just be persistent with it. This is all from me. Subscribe to my channel. I'll be reviewing more books, courses, and interesting stuff from the world of online marketing. This is really my field. So follow me on all my other social media channels. Comment and share this video if you like it. If you think that you got something else from the book or there's something you disagree with, let me know. Let's have a discussion. This is all from me, and yeah, see you next week.